In one chaotic Monday morning, Buckingham Palace and Prince Harry's camp told two completely different stories to the world. One said he'd be sleeping under the same roof as his father, the king. The other said, not a chance. By the end of the day, Harry's team had gone, in the words of one royal journalist, nuclear. And the question every royal watcher is now asking is this: after everything, the memoir, the lawsuits, the years of silence, can King Charles ever really forgive his son? Stay with me, because this story has a twist that even seasoned royal insiders didn't expect. Since stepping back as a working royal in 2020, Harry has lost more than just his royal duties. He lost his automatic right to taxpayer-funded police protection in the UK. Every visit home since has come with the same complicated question: who keeps his family safe? Harry has fought that decision through the British courts for years, arguing that without proper protection, he simply can't bring his wife and children back to the country he grew up in. It's a battle that's left him isolated from the family, and increasingly from the country itself. So when Harry announced a UK trip in July 2026, timed around the one-year countdown to the Invictus Games in Birmingham, everyone wondered the same thing. Would this finally be the visit where father and son found their way back to each other? At first, it looked promising. Harry's team quietly signaled that Meghan and the children, Archie and Lilibet, might finally return to Britain for the first time since 2022. Royal watchers called it the start of a dramatic rapprochement. But then came the Ravik decision, the committee that decides police protection for public figures, confirming, once again, that Harry would not receive the same level of security as before. Harry's team said he learned this at the 11th hour. Days of confusion followed. Would Meghan come? Would the kids? Reports shifted almost daily. And underneath it all, one leaked security report, commissioned by Harry's own team, claimed he and his family faced real incredible threats, including threats of terrorism. On a Monday morning, Harry's team told the BBC he had accepted an offer to stay at Buckingham Palace during his visit. For a few minutes, it looked like history. Harry, back under his father's roof. Minutes later, the palace corrected the record. According to royal sources, Harry's team had failed to confirm the offer in time, and by the time they finally accepted, it was too late to arrange staffing. Harry's camp told a very different story. His spokesperson released what one outlet called an extraordinary statement, accusing the palace of withdrawing an offer that had already been formally accepted, calling the decision disappointing. But here's where the story gets murkier, because accommodation and staffing may not have been the only issue. Buckingham Palace sources reportedly had another concern entirely, a major High Court ruling due that very week in Harry's long-running privacy lawsuit against a UK newspaper publisher. The worry, insiders say, was optics. If Harry lost that case, or won it and reacted publicly, and he was staying inside the symbolic headquarters of the monarchy at the exact same time, it could drag King Charles, a monarch bound by strict political and legal neutrality, straight into controversy. Harry's team rejected that explanation outright, insisting the court date had been known for weeks and had nothing to do with the housing dispute. The internet did what the internet does best. It picked sides, instantly. Some royal commentators accused the palace of pure pettiness, saying denying a father-son a single night's stay was needlessly cruel. Others accused Harry's team of manufacturing chaos, pointing out this wasn't the first time his camp had put out statements that were quickly contradicted. Royal commentators went further still, with some publicly urging Harry to simply step back from the spotlight altogether, to, in their words, disappear, arguing that every visit home now seems to end the same way: headlines, controversy, and division. But behind the noise, something quieter and far more surprising was happening. Away from the cameras, Harry, Meghan, and their children quietly visited King Charles and Queen Camilla at Highgrove House in Gloucestershire, reuniting Archie and Lilibet with their grandparents for the first time in 4 years. No official palace photos. No advance warning. According to royal insiders speaking to Fox News Digital, multiple experts confirmed that both the palace and the Sussexes were determined to keep the meeting private to protect the reconciliation process. And in a detail that stunned royal watchers even more, Prince William and Kate Middleton were noticeably absent from the entire reunion. One royal expert put it simply: this quiet meeting allowed a thawing of the ice, even while other family members remained firmly opposed to any reconciliation at all. So while the palace and Harry's team were trading public statements about a single night's accommodation, the king was privately doing the one thing that mattered more than any press release. He was being a grandfather. According to insiders, King Charles reportedly used a visit to send Harry a clear message, prioritizing his royal duties over a full public reconciliation and quietly reminding his son exactly where the boundaries still lie. And reports now suggest any real path back for Harry may hinge on one specific, difficult condition, something royal sources are called unfeasible for the Duke to fully commit to, though details remain closely guarded. What we do know is this: reconciliation talks are reportedly ongoing, but they are happening the way this family has always preferred its real business to happen, behind closed doors, far from the statements, the leaks, and the headlines that started this whole chaotic week.